Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the kitchen for another recipe video. We've got Crystal with us today because we are going to be making some amazing tortilla pizzas. We absolutely love these. I mean, who doesn't love pizza? And you have to remember, just because we're vegan doesn't mean we can't enjoy all the same flavors that we know and love.
So these tortilla pizzas are really delicious. They're super light and they're so fun to make. You can get the whole family in on this. So we're gonna be making 4 different kinds. We're gonna be making a Hawaiian pizza, a vegan meat lovers pizza, a veggie cheeseless pizza, and a margherita pizza.
We love having pizza parties on, some Friday nights, or if we have something to like celebrate, we just love having pizza. And a lot of the time we'll think like, oh, we should order one or we should get like a frozen one or whatever. But after we eat them, we're always just kind of like,
We can make this better at home.
yeah, we can make it better at home. So we're gonna show you guys how to do that now.
So what pizza should we start with?
Well, considering I wore my pineapple shirt, especially for this Hawaiian pizza, I think that we should probably start with this. And I want to throw the disclaimer out there. I haven't always loved pineapple pizza. When I was younger, it was like my sister's thing to order pineapple pizza on pizza nights. Or Hawaiian pizza on pizza nights because she knew that I didn't like it and I wouldn't like have any of her slices.
So she would get more pizza.
So she would get more pizza. But not anymore. I like it now, especially when we make it like this.
We are going to be using these tender and true tortillas from Bakestone Brothers. These are our favorite. We love them so much. I think they have like pepper, like red peppers in them. That's why they're that red color.
Yep.
Use whatever tortilla you want, but you definitely want to use tortillas that are like the biggest you can get. I don't know how big these are.
Well, you could use any size if you just want little personal pizzas, but trust me, you're going to want like a lot of pizza.
You're going to want a lot.
And Crystal is probably just going to tell you this, but I'll tell you as well. You want to make it on the surface that you're going to be cooking it on because once you load these things up, they're pretty hard to like transfer around. So that's why we're making it right on here.
So we are going to be using a baking sheet, but for a couple of pizzas, we're going to be using like this kind of metal grate. So.
And they cook so quickly, it doesn't really matter. This will make it a little bit more crispy, but honestly, it doesn't matter too much.
So Derek is kind of like the pizza master in this household, so I am going to be looking at you for advice. How do we start the Hawaiian pizza?
All right, well, let's get some tomato sauce on here first. So this doesn't require too much explanation, just kind of spread it out. You want to get it pretty close to the edge, but you do want to leave a little bit of a crust.
What kind of sauce are you using?
This is just like a pretty plain organic tomato basil pasta sauce.
It's actually pasta sauce, but
Yeah.
you can use marinara or whatever you want.
Yeah.
This actually gives it a nice flavor when you use like a pasta sauce.
This is where it definitely comes into debate, whether or not you put the cheese on right now or put it on at the end of all the toppings. I actually like to put a little bit of cheese on now so the toppings kind of stick to the pizza, like the bottom of it, and then a little bit more cheese on the top.
Ooh, living dangerously, I like it.
More like living dangerously. That's a terrible joke. So we are going to be using this Daya cheese. It's the Monterey Jack flavor. We also have some of like the cheddar as well. It doesn't really matter, but one thing I do find is that the blocks of Daya are much better than the pre-ground shreds. They have to add, like a bunch of, stuff to make the cheese shreds like stay apart so they don't stick together, and it ends up just like making not quite as a nice product. So you definitely want to grate it yourself. And we are going to be doing one pizza without cheese, and I'll show you how to kind of build it up to make it delicious without cheese as well. So if you don't want to use this, that's always an idea. You can make homemade cheese, whatever, but this is what's going on here. We're actually using frozen pineapple. It works great. And I am going to chop them up a little bit smaller. I don't love massive chunks of pineapple on my pizza, but I do love the sweetness that it gives it. And then as a substitute for the ham, we're going to be using this smoked tofu.
It looks so good already, and there's only just a few ingredients on there.
Yeah, so here it is. It's a really simple pizza, just a couple ingredients. So I'm just going to put some more cheese on the top, and then one more ingredient I'm going to add to the very top to make it extra delicious. So I actually have some fun facts about Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, good.
Did you even know that there was some?
No, I didn't.
So take a guess, where did Hawaiian pizza originate? You guys might know this too, or you might not.
I mean, the most common answer would be Hawaii.
Hawaii, I know. It's actually a Canadian invention.
No.
Yeah, it originated.
What?
Yeah, in the '60s at an Italian restaurant or a pizza place in Ontario, and the guy's name was Sam Panopoulos, if I got his name right. He came from Greece. But the whole idea was he loved Asian cooking, and he was inspired by Chinese cooking where they combine the sweet flavors of, some fruits with like ham and different like saltier
Right,
flavors, and
yeah.
he loved that. So he was trying to get people to come into his pizza store, so he just like combined them both together, put them onto a pizza, and the can of pineapple that he was using was actually Hawaiian pineapple, so that's why he
Right.
decided to call it a Hawaiian pizza.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
that's
Canadian.
interesting.
So crazy.
I would never have in a million years. At first, I was gonna say maybe it was like American, but then Hawaii's, you know, is American.
Yeah,
so it's
it
like,
is, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it is.
But I had no idea it was Canadian. I feel like that would be a good trivia question.
It is a good trivia question. I know. So anyways, he just passed away, I learned, in 2017, so rest in peace. But thank you for your controversial, addition to the culinary world.
Because it's delicious.
Yeah, it is good. Took me a few years, but and then I'm actually just gonna add some smoked paprika on top of this. So this isn't traditional, but it's gonna add a little bit more. Oh boy, it's gonna add a lot more of that smoky flavor, and just kick up the the flavor a notch or two. But I think it's a nice addition.
Delicious.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
All right, pizza number 2.
Let's do the vegan meat lovers pizza. It's gonna be so good. So this one I'm actually gonna use the combination of tomato sauce and barbecue sauce. So you could just, if you guys have never tried a bit of barbecue sauce on pizza, it is so good. And you can have it just on its own, just like straight barbecue sauce, but it's nice when you kind of mix them about 50-50. So I just quickly chopped up all the ingredients for the meat lovers pizza. This is kind of like meat lovers supreme because there's lots of veggies on here too. So when I'm making pizzas, and I know there's gonna be a lot of layers, one of the things I like to do is put the ingredients that I want the least amount cooked on the bottom and the ingredients I want most cooked on the top. So I really don't need these to be cooked much, so they're going on the bottom. I like to use red onions for this because they're nice and sweet, but you can use any onion. And then next is the smoked apple and sage sausage. So you could obviously use any meat alternative you'd like on here. Actually, in our upcoming ebook, we have an amazing tempeh sort of sausage crumble that we have going on top of pizza, and it's just incredible. And since this is the meat lovers pizza, we're going to be adding a little bit of this smoked tofu that we had on the Hawaiian pizza, a little ham, and some black olives. So the last thing I'm putting on are mushrooms. I want to make sure that these cook, so that's why they are going on last. And then a final topping of cheese. All right, so those are pretty much ready to go. So I'm just gonna put these aside and make the next two. All right, so the next one we're gonna make is the cheeseless one. And I feel like you're a bigger fan of cheeseless pizza than me. I'm always like, yo, if I can make it better, why not? However, it's actually really good. And if you do a couple things, like I'm gonna show you, to make it a little bit more, like rich, then you don't really miss the cheese at all. So let's get started with this one. First, the sauce. So first I'm just gonna put on some of these veggies that we have left over from the previous pizza. And then the next ingredient, it's corn! So, man, I'm a huge fan of corn on pizza. So this is just frozen corn, works perfectly. And wouldn't be a veggie pizza without some mushrooms. And some olives. And next, some fresh garlic. If you have never tried fresh garlic on your pizza, this is your cue to try it out. It is unbelievable, especially when making a cheeseless one like this. So rather than chopping the garlic, I'm just gonna grate it. Yes. So the next thing I'm going to add is some frozen spinach. So you could add fresh spinach to this, but if you've ever tried to add fresh spinach to pizza, it's like not the best. It can burn really easily, it gets a little bit slimy. But frozen spinach is the trick. So I'll show you how to do this. So you just want to take a handful of the frozen spinach. And I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but it'll actually just like thaw under some water. So once it's thawed, then you just want to squeeze out all the excess liquid. So then this is what you're left with. I'm going to do it a few more times, get a bit more spinach. So then I'm just going to add some garlic powder. Got to season the spinach, you don't want it too plain. And some Italian seasoning. And then some people will put some olive oil on here, but I don't think it needs it. We'll find out. Alright, so the last pizza we're going to be making is a Margherita pizza. So this is a really delicious one, very plain and simple. And I'm always thinking when I'm making pizzas and having like a pizza night, I should load this one up like I do with the other ones. But it's kind of nice having like a more plain, simple pizza. It's almost like a bit of like a palate cleanser or something for the other ones. So this one's got to be traditional. We're not putting any barbecue sauce or anything on this, just some tomato sauce and some cheese. But I'm not going to be grating the cheese this time. I'm actually going to be putting it on in thin slices. So this is traditionally mozzarella cheese that they would use for this pizza, but I'm just gonna be using the same Monterey Jack Daya that we've been using. All right, so we will be doing a little bit more to this one once it's cooked, but for now, it's just ready to go into the oven. So let's get them in there. So we cook these at 400 degrees and they don't take very long, usually between about 8 and 12 minutes, but you wanna keep checking on them after about 7 because they do burn quickly. All right, so the pizzas are all finished, and yeah, they took about 12 minutes, so definitely not very long, and it smells amazing in here. So we just added some fresh basil to the Margherita pizza. So this is kind of a cool pizza because the reason why it's like this and why you can kind of see the red and then the white and the green is because it's supposed to represent the colors of the Italian flag. So you get the red, the white, and the green in there. And I actually looked up to see if those colors represent anything on the Italian flag. And there's a few different theories, but the one I liked is that the white represents the snow from the Swiss Alps, the green from like the lush forests that they have there, and then the red is, it's a little bit more dark. It has to do with like war and like blood being spilt and that sort of stuff. Well, we could
just say it means pizza.
Or tomatoes.
Or tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Ready to taste them. So I guess we should try them in the order that we made them. So we'll try the Hawaiian one first, which is the Canadian pizza, really. Okay.
Yeah.
Really good.
And it's like Hawaiian.
That is like Hawaiian. Dang, so good. Okay, you know what I love so much about these pizzas is the fact that you get like the topping to crust ratio is good,
That's
right?
why it's so much better than like kind of like regular pizza or whatever. Because I find the crust on pizza can be so like not only heavy feeling but just so thick sometimes. I know you can make like thin crust pizza, but like this just hits so good,
yeah,
you know?
It's so easy. And you can also control all the ingredients you put on there, so you can put, you know, organic stuff on there, top quality, local stuff. And it always tastes the best like that. All right, let's try the meat lovers. Oh yeah, the barbecue?
The barbecue sauce, I forgot we did that. It adds just a hint of sweetness, but a little bit of smokiness too.
Yeah. Sometimes I do like all barbecue sauce instead of tomato sauce. Kristen's not the biggest fan. You like them, but you're like, hey, we're having pizza here, not just like
I love
sugar bread.
tomato-based sauces. Yeah. So the next one is the no cheese veggie, which I'm excited to try because of the spinach.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, the garlic? Woo!
The fresh garlic.
Wow.
And it's good. I mean...
No, you're right. With the spinach and then the fresh garlic on there, you don't even really miss the cheese.
Not much. I mean, you could still add cheese to this and it would probably be better, but...
And it like all the veggies are cooked, which is crazy because they were only in there for like, what, 12 minutes? But they cooked so well. Yeah.
Probably could have had a little bit of salt on there, but it's good regardless. Okay.
Last but not least,
the Margherita pizza pie.
This one is so good for minimal ingredients.
Really good.
It is kind of like a palate cleanser almost.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's very fresh.
Yeah.
Especially with the basil.
The basil makes it so good. We should open a restaurant.
I know, we should. So what do you think your favorite pizza is?
Man, it's hard to say because they are all so different.
I think my favorite would be...
No, I gotta say...
I really like the ultimate, like the vegan meat lovers. And then I think I like the veggie one, the Margherita, and then maybe the Hawaiian. I don't know,
Nice.
I love the Hawaiian. The Hawaiian's really good.
Yeah.
It's just so, it's so hard.
It's hard to choose. They're all like, so they're all 10 out of 10. And the Margherita is really nice because it's so different and the basil is so fresh.
So you guys have to let us know which one would be your favorite out of these, and also let us know what would you put on yours. Like, is there any ingredients that we missed? Because I feel like we did these like justice. Like I feel like we made the best pizzas ever, but I know that there's gonna be people in the comments that are like, you should have added
artichoke.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been interesting. So let us know what you think another ingredient we should add is, because we make these pizzas at least like once a week. So we will add it next time.
Alright, so I think that's probably it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks, Crystal, for hanging out. Always love having pizza parties with you. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of the video, and
hit like if you like pizza.
See ya.
Bye.